We are ushering a brand new era on this channel. Plenty of more content, but what better way to kick off this brand new era is the best metal albums of March 2025. Granted, we had a fantastic month for metal. So before I start, pop your favorite metal albums down below and let's begin. We have 15 albums that were just fantastic. So let's go to number 15. So, Helvetia Wolves of the Underworld instantly stood out to me as one of the best metal albums of March. Released March 14th via Duskstone, it's a raw, ferocious slab of Norwegian black metal featuring Hellhammer from Mayhem on drums and Hell Commander Vargblod from Ragnarok on vocals and bass. This debut is cold and aggressive and drenched in dark atmosphere. Everything I love about the genre. The riffs are razor sharp, the blast beats relentless, and the energy never lets up. Tracks like Throes of the Transformation and Void of Emptiness showcase pure black metal mastery. It's straightforward but absolutely savage, and that's why I love it. Next up is Whitechapel Hymns in Dissonance, dropped March 7th via Metal Blade Records, and it's easily the heaviest work in years. I've been a long-time fan, especially of The Valley, but this record takes things to a whole new level. It's pure, punishing deathcore, no filler, just crushing riffs, massive breakdowns, and Phil Bozeman's delivering some of his most vicious vocals yet. Tracks like A Visceral Wretch and Prisoner 666 hit like a freight train, while Nothing Is Coming for Any of Us closes things with chaos and emotion. I love this album because it's brutal, well-crafted, and endlessly re-listenable. Next up is Nadford, Til Los Nadolos, dropped on March 21st via Soul Solo Records, and it's a band at their absolute best. This is razor sharp, frostbitten Norwegian black metal done right, ferocious vocals, chilling melodies, and relentless riffs wrapped in raw yet clear production. It's traditional without feeling stale, channeling the cold atmosphere of early black metal with a fresh edge. Tracks like Iskelde Horn and Rata og Rat hit hard, they really do, and Dorsvogel surprises with eerie xylophone textures. I love this album because it honors the old school sound but dares to experiment, making it a truly dynamic and haunting black metal experience. Nothing, the Self-Repair Manifesto, dropped independently on March 26th, and it's a wild, inventive ride through progressive death metal territory. What I love most is how Nothing blends intricate melodies with thrash energy and crushing death metal brutality. Tracks like The Shroud and Initiate even feature like tribal rhythms and what sounds like at times a didgeridoo, adding a hypnotic, earthy vibe. Subterfuge steals the show with chaotic drumming, haunting vocals, and a perfect balance of aggression and atmosphere. At just 31 minutes, it never drags. It's short, sharp, and packed with creativity. Bold, technical, and refreshingly unpredictable from start to finish. Wombbath Beyond the Abyss, released March 14th via Pulverized Records, is a blood-soaked descent into Swedish death metal chaos. From the haunting violins in a symphony of dread to the filthy grooves of Malevolent, this album blends old-school brutality with eerie symphonic touches. It's raw, melodic, and drenched in atmosphere, with Johnny Peterson's monstrous vocals leading the charge. Tracks like Words Unspoken and Beyond the Abyss showcase crushing riffs of blackened element and cinematic horror vibes. I love it because it's not just heavy, it is so damn immersive, twisted and memorable. One of my favorite death metal records of 2025 so far. Euphrosyne, Morus, Released March 21st via Black Lion Records, is a breathtaking fusion of post-black and doom metal, emotionally rich and sonically dynamic. It flows between serene beauty and overwhelming heaviness. Effie Eva's vocals are mesmerizing, shifting from angelic cleans to harrowing screams, and I mean harrowing screams. Tracks like July 21 and Matira highlight the band's ability to balance sorrow, rage, and grandeur, while Eulogy adds experimental depth. The closing track, Lilia Ward, ends the album with haunting violins and quiet like chants. I love this album for its emotional intensity, genre-blending creativity, and how it turns grief into something hauntingly beautiful. Now we got Bogna, Renace di Serfangus, released March 14th via Umbra Productions, is a terrifying plunge into industrial black metal despair. Hailing from the mechanical abyss of Switzerland, Bogna returns with Aurora, more nightmarish vision, melding cold dystopian industrial elements with suffocating black metal atmospheres. The production feels decayed and unhinged, like it was forged in a forgotten ruin. Standout moment tracks like track 3 are hypnotic, progressive, and soul-crushing. I love this album because it features true existential dread, haunting melodies, tortured vocals, and mechanical eeriness that chills you to the bone. It's immersive, impressive, and absolutely unforgettable. Then we got Avlag Blasphemous, released independently on March 1st, is a relentless death thrash assault that's easily one of the heaviest thrash records of the year. Drawing inspiration from Curator, Sodom, and Testament, it blends old school aggression with death metal ferocity. Aston Wirth's vocals are monstrous, especially his high screams on the final track, Blasphemia, which ends the album with pure fury. Standouts like From the Abyss, Eradicate, and Terra Maximo showcase fast riffs, crushing drums, and dark melodies. I love this album because it's aggressive, dynamic, and just gets heavier as it goes. Every track hits hard and leaves you wanting more. Next up we got Istab Sotela Sonta, released March 6th via Trotson Records. It's a powerful black metal album that stands out from typical Swedish black metal, blending raw aggression with grand melodic atmospheres. It reminds me of Borknagar and Enslaved in its dynamic songwriting and use of soaring clean vocals. And whoa, this album has grown on me so much. Tracks like Ragnarok and Stormavis are stand-up moments, epic, melodic, and emotionally resonant. The drumming is versatile and impactful, and the clean vocals add real depth. I purchased this on CD as well. It hasn't come yet. I love this record for its balance of intensity and beauty. It's immersive, cinematic, and showcases Itap's growth and unique identity within black metal. But then we got Warbringer, Wrath and Ruin, released March 14th via Napalm Records, is a no-holds-barred thrash metal blitz. From the first riff, it's a relentless onslaught of bayonet-sharp guitars, thundering drums, and John Keevill's venomous vocals. Tracks like The Sword and the Cross, Jackhammer, and the eerie Through a Glass Darkly showcase the band's range for a full-speed thrash assault style black and gothic dread. The solos are razor-sharp, the energy is explosive, and not a second is wasted. I love this record because it captures the chaos of war through sound precise, violent, and unforgettable. The bonus live set seals the deal as well. There are 2 discs on this, and holy crap, this is amazing. Then we got Night Cult of the Serpent Sun. Released March 14th by Season of Mist, is a thrilling fusion of blackened vocals and classic heavy metal spirit, channeling influences like Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, and even Midnight. Night blends galloping riffs, searing solos, and eerie atmosphere into a truly unique sound. From the infectious Cult of the Serpent Sun to the doom-laced Mystic and the anthemic Crow, Fear the Night. Every track offers something distinct yet cohesive. I've loved this album because it's sinister yet fun, full of shredding metal, energy wrapped in blackened mystique. At 36 minutes, it rips by so fast, but every second counts. And then we got Imperial Triumphant Gold Star, was released March 21st by Century Media Records, is a twisted, dissonant plunge into blackened jazz horror. At just 38 minutes, it's more focused than their past work, but no less terrifying. Tracks like Eye of Mars and Hotel Sphinx blend suffocating riffs and unsettling horns and warp structures, transporting you to a decaying neon-lit vision of 1920s New York, with eerie interludes, grindcore chaos in New York City, and with doom-laden finales like Industry of Misery. The album grips you in a cerebral dread. I love Gold Star because it's pure, avant-garde madness, chaotic yet intentional, overwhelming yet quite addictive. It's unpredictable, uncomfortable, and utterly unique. From monstrous vocals to polyrhythmic drum solos featuring guests like Dave Lombardo and Thomas Hake, the musicianship is unreal. Imperial Triumphant doesn't just create music, they build such sonic nightmares, and this album is one of their most immersive. It's grotesque, jazzy, and blackened brilliance that forces you to confront the absurdity and darkness of excess, decay. A mind-bending experience I won't soon forget. Cradle Filth, The Screaming of the Valkyries. 21st of March via Napalm Records. Took a few spins to truly sink in, but once it did, I was hooked. Well, my initial impression was that the production lacked punch. Repeated listens reveal just how much better and clearer it actually is compared to Existence is Futile. Existence Futile is a bit better than this, in my opinion. But yeah, the mix allows the haunting melodies and orchestral layers to shine, and improved sonic depth gives the album a serious replay value. What really surprises me is how much this album reminded me of Phonography. Yes, the controversial record fans love to bash. But here's the thing, like Phonography, the Screaming of the Valkyries leans heavily into that gothic grandeur, massive choruses, and clean vocal interplay, especially with Zoe Marie Vedorov's ethereal presence. It's the theatrical, melodic, and unapologetically bold Non Omnis Moria are pure magic, like a dark metal ballad soaked in sorrow and majesty. It's catchy, emotional, and absolutely one of my new favorite Cradle Filth songs, to be honest. I love this album from embracing evolution without losing the band's macabre, vampiric essence. It's haunting, heartfelt, and fiercely memorable. An amazing extreme metal album for 2025. Next up is Death Heaven, Lonely People with Power, released March 28th via Roadrunner Records, is without question my favorite album from the band. After the dreamy detour of Infinite Granite, this record brings back that black metal ferocity while keeping the emotional depth and melodic brilliance that developed over time. George Clark's vocals are absolutely unhinged on this, harsh, visceral, and filled with raw feeling. The production is noticeably better than anything they've done before, clean, punchy, and laid in a way that lets every element breathe. Tracks like Doberman, Magnolia, Body Behavior, and Amethys hit hard with intense energy and haunting atmosphere, blending black gaze, post-metal, and ambient textures seamlessly. Even the quieter moments like the Garden Route and the marvelous Orange Tree feel cinematic and powerful, adding to the album's emotional arc. The only major misstep is that album cover. Like I mentioned on Discovery, it's baffling, bland, and doesn't reflect the intensity or beauty of the music at all. But once the music starts, all is forgiven. This album is a journey, dark, beautiful, and endlessly replayable. Lonely People with Power is a strong contender for Album of the Year for me, and a defining moment in Deaf Heaven's discography. Number 1, Druk Shadowplay, released 21st of March through Season of Mist, is without question my favourite album of the month and a serious contender for Album of the Year in 2025. This is Druk at their absolute best, returning to the melodic and atmospheric black metal sound that made them legends while refining it into something grander, more immersive and emotionally devastating. Think The Swan Road meets A Furrow Cut Short, in my opinion, but sharper, more focused, and even more powerful. The album opens with the hypnotic scattering the ashes and an instrumental soaked in bosom-like atmosphere before diving into April, an 11-minute journey filled with swirling melodies, amazing drum work, and emotional weight. Tracks like The Exile and The Fallen Blossom bring thunderous percussion and incredible guitar work, while The Eve allows space for beauty and melancholy to unfold, and really good keyboard work. The real crown jewel, though, is The Thirst, a 12-minute epic that morphs and evolves in stunning fashion, ending in a symphonic, soul-crushing climax. The production is rich and organic. The keyboards add cinematic depth, and the buzzsaw guitars carve out walls of sorrow and grandeur. Every track feels purposeful and meticulously crafted to precision. I love this album because it reminds me why I fell in love with atmospheric black metal in the first place. It's raw, emotionally haunting, and beautiful in every way. Shadowplay is a towering achievement and proof that Druk still reign supreme. So yeah, that's it for the best metal albums of March 2025. Can you believe it? We are now heading on to April. Be sure to watch the next Discovery episode, which will be later on this week. It's been fun. Hope you're enjoying this new era, and I will see you in the next one.